Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be playing a little Planetbase. So this one's near and dear to my heart. I've got quite a few hours into it, although it has been a minute since I've played. So this game was released back in 2015. You can see the reviews are very positive, and it was released by developer and publisher Madruga Works. So hopefully I pronounced that right. This was a game that came out before their Dawn of Man, and one that I really enjoyed playing, and I think that you guys would enjoy playing as well. Uh, it is $15, so inflation hasn't hit it yet. But you can also buy it in a bundle with Dawn of Man, so that might be something of interest to you. What I'm going to do is I'll cut here and jump into the game. Unfortunately, the game only works on one monitor and I can't switch it over, but you know what? That's one of those lackluster features that, the developers kind of missed. But besides that, I think the gameplay is pretty awesome. I think you guys will enjoy it. So, I'll be back. Hey guys. All right, I'm back after switching monitors. I had to shift my whole workflow over. But yeah, so here's Planetbase. Um, just running through the menu, new game, continue. I had to load this one up again, so I don't have any game saves on there. Again, it's been a minute. The tutorial, the challenges. Let me just click no there. Uh, there's Planetbase Corp or Freeman Chronicles. So there are a bunch of challenges here you can try out. Let's see. As to, we won't go through the settings. One of the things I like here is that you can actually change the menu background, which I thought was pretty cool. You guys might. Oh, that's credits. We don't want credits. This guy here, right? Switch background planet. So yeah, it looks like a, I don't know, lava world. Maybe it's red. I don't know. Maybe that's more Mars. Yeah, that's solid. It's Mars. Nice world. This looks more like a moon, and that's more of an Earth type planet. But yeah, so achievements, which I thought was pretty cool. These you can see all your achievements in game. I haven't played through the tutorial. Maybe we'll just do that today, and I'll do a playthrough later on. And then you can upload to the Steam Workshop as well. And of course, here's Dawn of Man. So, yeah, why don't we just play through the tutorial? Because, again, it's been a minute since I've played. And I'll get reacclimated and maybe then do a playthrough. Alright, well, here comes our lander. So, what I'd expect out of Elon Musk, right? So, heading to Mars, let's go. So I don't know if you knew, but I think last week he announced that he was actually going to go to Mars. So I don't know what that all entails, but I'm sure if he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. But yeah, here are our people. Welcome to Planetbase. In Planetbase, you control a group of human pioneers in the not-so-distant future, trying to establish an outpost on a remote planet. Alright, let's go! Alright, so camera action here. ASD, WASD, move that around. Use the QE key. Rotate the camera. Well done! You've mastered camera controls. Alright, structures. Structures! Top priority after landing is to build some basic structures and keep your people alive. Let's do that. You can build them using the main menu. Most structures require metal and bioplastics to be built. You have a limited supply of these in the colony ship. You should be extremely careful when spending it. The first thing you should do is build an oxygen generator so your colonists can breathe when the oxygen in their spacesuits run out. yeah, we should probably do that. That'd be a good thing. So, the main menu, jump down to oxygen generator. It requires metal and bioplastic. The oxygen generator requires power to operate. Power can be generated with a solar panel. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build a solar panel. Alright. It's base pad. Let's see, what else do we have? Wind turbine, power collector. Water extractor, water tank, mine. Looks like they're done. Landing pad, starport, radio antenna, telescope, anti-meteor laser. I don't know what this is. Thunderstorms, signpost, giving directions, pyramid, monolith. Alright, let's hit back and build the solar panel. Alright, connectors. Now that the solar panel has been placed, you need a connector to connect it to the oxygen generator. Connecting structures will allow them to share power and water, and in the case of interior structures, allow colonists to walk between them. Yep, so go ahead and build a connector, I guess. To connect the two structures, you will need to click on one of them, click on the other, and connect. Connection is possible. The connection button will appear. Alright, so click on that one, make a connection. That looks to be some sort of power cable there. We've got our robots pulling metal out of our lander. We've got a colonist over there walking over. Yeah, those robots are actually much faster at moving. So here we're building the solar panel. Looks like we're going to build our connector. Engineer is walking over there. Yep, there we go. Connection's built. Well done. Note that you will only be able to place a new structure in such a way that it can be connected to an existing one. Potential connections are indicated by a green line. The oxygen generator needs water supply to function. So you'll need to build a water extractor. Water and power generation structures don't need to be directly connected to the destination structure. They just need to be part of the same connected grid. Okay? So we'll be able to place them in such a way where we don't have to make connections to every single building. They'll just travel through the conduit of existing buildings. Alright, so up there we've got food, metal, bioplastics, medical supplies, spares. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll build this water extractor. Looks like it wants us to place it there. Make the connection. Click the connection button. And let's see, the airlock. Now you should build an airlock so that your colonists can get inside the base. That's probably a good idea. Alright, so it wants us to place an airlock. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. Alright, yeah, so let's see who we have here for colonists. What's this guy here? We've got Cannon C. Page. He's a medic. Just kind of hanging out idle. Alright, this guy here. Sol Matthews. He's a worker. Just carrying some stuff over to the airlock. We've got Angie. Angie's a botanist. She's just kind of hanging out there as well. Got a couple of robots. And who's this guy here? Derek. And oh, yeah, looks like our airlock's built. And everybody's standing around. Let's go ahead and we'll make that connection here. Right, so we'll go ahead and start building that. Looks like our robots are bringing over supplies. It'll make the connection to the O2 generator, and our guys will be able to get into the base. Right, so the airlock is slow to use. Later on, you might want to build more than one to avoid congestion. Yeah, I do remember you do have to build multiple airlocks. Eat and drink. Your colony ship contains some food supplies, and you can get water from the water extractor. You can now build a canteen so that your colonists can eat and drink. So let's go ahead and build a canteen. Looks like it wants us to build there. We'll go ahead and make the connection. Okay. Looks like our colonists are going inside. Yeah, we've got one colonist over there. It's carrying stuff. Their O2 thing's popping up here. So they need oxygen. Our guys are kind of walking around inside, just hanging out. Alright, nice. They don't really have a whole lot to do inside, but... Alright, let's have a look at one of these guys. It's Derek. He's got health, nutrition, hydration, oxygen, sleep, and morale. So low stats, the colonist will perform tasks at reduced speed because he needs oxygen here. Well, that makes sense. All right, so yeah, now he's got some oxygen. It's good to go. Looks like we've got a colonist bringing over some resources to build this canteen. We've got one pending metal, which is coming over. All right, we've got some indicators here of wind speed. Now, later on, we'll be building a wind turbine. Looks like we've got solar energy as well. Yeah. So it gives us our days and hours that we've been playing in game, our colonist, our population, and our bots. Alright, well, looks like the resources are on the pad, and we've got CNT2, our construction bot, coming to build our canteen. That's good. And I wonder if he's going to build the connection as well here. That's a small connector. Alright, so he's inside, building that up. Which will be good. Our colonists will have somewhere to eat. And they're just all hanging out inside in the connector. Alright, here we go. We got that construction bot building the other connector. Well done! Note that interior structures always need to be constructed to at least one other interior structure. That makes sense. So colonists can move in between them. Yep. Components. Some structures have components placed inside them. These provide additional functionality. Now you should build some components inside the canteen. A table for people to eat, a drinking fountain for water, and video screen for some basic entertainment. Yeah, that all makes sense. And so I remember some of these structures were a bit large, like you could build them larger, and then, add more stuff into them. Components. To build a component, click on the structure, and then click on the edit button. Okay, so we'll do that. Click the edit button. It wants us to build a table. Yeah, so it looks like it's quartered out. And we just kind of choose which quarter we want to build this in. Let's build our drinking fountain. Yeah, this looks like we could build like 3 to a quarter, 4, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll just go ahead and place it here. Let's build a video screen or TV. Get some entertainment in here. Our guys aren't bored with their downtime. So, alright, your colonists will now use the canteen components when they need to eat or drink. Canteen components when they need to eat or drink. Alright? Pops, sometimes you might want to have a closer look inside of what's going on inside your base. You can use the Show Tops menu button, tab key, to hide/show the roofs of the buildings. Alright, let's hit tab, and well done! We hit the tab button. When using tops are disabled, you can select components or colonists inside the base and see their status. Well, that's helpful. The next structure to be built is the dorm, so your colonists can sleep. Some structures, like dorms, are dead ends. They can only be connected to at least one other structure. You should probably take this into account when designing your base. That's good information to know. So we can't make multiple connections. All right, let's go ahead and place the dorm. Oh, it wants us to place it here. All right, I'll place it there, I guess. Go ahead and make a connection. Drinking fountain has been built. That's good. All right, so now they have some place to at least drink a water, right? Looks like our robot is working on the table. I believe that we will eventually build a battery. Should be good because we don't want our water extractor to run out of power, or our O2 generator to run out of power. So that's going to be, kind of the next thing I think. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and continue to follow the tutorial. Let's see, place component bunker or bunk. So once that's done, we'll go ahead and place a bunk so our guys can sleep. Let's see, got our robots bringing components over there, or rather resources, the bioplastics and iron. Look at them go. Yeah, they move much faster than our workers. Yeah, there they are, going inside. Looks like they're getting ready to build the screen. And our table. Awesome. Cool. Components have been built. So now we're just waiting on the dorm to be built, and then our guys can have a little bit of a nap. Okay. That's being built. Dorm has been built. Got the connector built there. It's in red. O2's filling up. It's balancing out. Yeah, so every time you build a new building, you do have to worry about that. Make sure you have enough O2. So, yeah, let's go ahead and we'll build that bed. So, place a bed, I guess, here. I can't build another bed. I would assume, okay, so I guess we can only build one. These guys are really tired. I'd assume you could build more than one bed, but doesn't look like it. The tutorial's not going to let us build more than one. It's probably like a resource management thing where it's like, hey, we're only gonna. All right, there's our bot. Our bed's built. Our guys are sleeping. They're tired. Power storage. Structures require varying amounts of power to function at any given time. If a base requires more power than produced by the generators, structures will shut down, which could easily have fatal consequences. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna create some sort of power storage battery, right? It's kind of our next task here. Let's see, solar panels only work during the day, so if you intend to survive at night, you need to build wind turbines that can produce power all day long, and power collectors that can store power for later use. Alright. Most structures can be built in different sizes. Large structures require more resources but provide additional space for functionality. Alright, so we're building a power collector, a wind turbine, connecting all of them, and then we're going to wait for everything to be built, right? So, alright, yeah. Hey, my guys need some Z's. Wind turbine, right, so we've got, using the scroll mouse button here. Right, that's a small, that's a medium, that's a large. Right, so that allows us to change sizes. We need to build a medium. And, yep, there it is. Place it down here. And we're going to build a battery. Power storage, right? So, medium. And you're going to make those connections, right? So, here we go. Connect them up. And waiting for construction. Go ahead and speed things up. Right, our wind turbine has been built. Awesome. And we're building the connection. We've got our battery storage constructed. You can see here that's filling up. The power storage, that's good. Power management is a critical part of running your base. You will typically need a combination of several solar panels, wind turbines, and power collectors to ensure that there is a consistent flow of electricity. Alright, so that all makes sense. One of the main challenges you will face will be maintaining a consistent supply of food for your colonists. Alright, so I venture to guess we're going to be building a biodome next. Food is usually grown in vegetable pads in a biodome and then processed into meal makers in the canteen. Okay. Let's see, so we're going to place the meal maker. It doesn't look like I can place it next to the water fountain. I can only place it one per tile here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, guys are bringing meals inside. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and place a biodome. And yeah, so I'm gonna make that connection. Tomato pad, onion pad, meal maker's done. And biodome. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie with Pauly Shore. It's like, what's up, buddy? I thought that movie was great. He just sneaks inside the biodome, him and his friend there. Yeah, a little fast forward here. Looks like our bot's moving resources over there so we can get that built. Connector should be built here. Coming up, game speed 4. Kind of get through this. Get everybody moving. Yeah, and bring in more food inside. Alright, and then placing it in the meal maker. So, as I kind of remember this, right? So, your guys can eat vegetables. Consume vegetables and what is this? Vitro meat. right? Which is like synthesized meat. Um, so both of those components go into producing a meal. But if they, if they really needed to, as I remember it, they could eat either or of those. That's kind of like a base meal. But it's better if they eat the produced meal from the meal maker. So our biodome's complete here, and we need to go ahead and place a tomato pad and an onion pad, radish. Let's see, pea pods, rice pad, potato, wheat, maize, or corn, mushrooms. I don't remember radishes being part of the initial game. I think that's new. Let's see. Note: vegetable pads need to be maintained by biologists. If they're not, they will decay and eventually stop producing. Well, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. So we need botanists to do that. Most structures, including colony ships, can be recycled to get back resources. Okay. Let's go over to the lander, the colony ship. Yeah, there's a ton of resources in here. As you can see, that's good for storage. But we've got to recycle this, right? So we've got, our metal, our bioplastics, our foods, our spares. I'm going to recycle that. All right, well done. Note that you will only be able to receive recycle structures that don't isolate to any other existing structures. Okay. Mine. In order to survive in the medium term, or mid-game, you'll need to produce more resources so you can build more advanced structures. I guess that makes sense. You can build a mine to extract ore from it. Mines have to be built at the base of a mountain. They need other structures nearby to be connected to. Okay. All right, so we're going to build a mine. And it's going to want us to build it here. We'll make that connection to the airlock. Alright, so that's done. The processing plant is a structure where raw materials are processed into refined resources. Alright, so the metal processor component can generate metal from ore. Alright, so we've got to build a component in the processing plant. We've got our mine here. That's being built. We've got our connector. I don't think that's like an interior connector. I think that's like an exterior connector. As I remember it, like you'd have to manage when your guys go outside. And then you'd have like storms. So like they couldn't go outside during storms or they'd take damage. But yeah, I don't think that's an interior connector. I think that's an exterior connector. But I guess we'll see here. All right. That kind of looks like an interior connector. I guess we'll see. All right. Let's see. Processing plant. Let's go ahead and build that. So we'll go ahead and build that there. Make the connection. And just fast forward this to get this processing plant built. Oops. Yeah, fast forward. Times 4. And as I kind of remember this, right? So like these have health bars, and if you leave them outside during a storm, like they'd actually take damage. So surprised we haven't built like a storage facility yet. Yeah, so these guys are moving all the resources over there. We're gonna build that processing plant. And then we'll be able to edit this and build a metal processor. Click on that, and got a metal processor. We'll build that here. Let's see. It's not going to let us build anything else. Alright, we'll wait for these guys to build this. Well done. Now your workers will start going to the mine to extract ore. They will then take the ore to the metal processor and convert it to metal. Later on, you'll be able to use bots to perform some of these tasks. All right. The other construction resource is bioplastic. Bioplastic is produced from starch in the bioplastic processor. Okay. Starch is produced from some vegetables in the biodome, like rice or wheat. Not all vegetables not all vegetables are starch, and the ones that are produce less food. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Alright, so that is water and electric to out. Alright, that produces vegetables. That produces vegetables. So we don't have starch yet. Right, a rice patty. Okay, so that's going to produce our starch, the rice patty. Yeah, so we'll build that. Doesn't look like we'll build anything else there. Then the bioplastic. Alright. Alright, so what do we got? We've got an onion, rice pad. That's it's pending one resource. That needs a starch to be built. Just go ahead and fast forward this. Yeah, it'd be nice if like this was up top here, like a lot of games have it up there, kind of like the top right hand screen to fast forward time. It'd be useful if it was up there, but it kind of is what it is. So, okay, well done. Colonists and carrier bots will take the right resources to the required components so that they can produce. You can control production by disabling components or by lowering the priority of a particular structure. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Spares. Solar panels and wind turbines need to be maintained periodically with spares. If you fail to do so, they'll stop functioning. Spares are produced in the spares workshop component in the factory structure. That's a mouthful. All right, so I think we're producing spares in the factory. So we've got to build a factory next. This tutorial has so far been forcing you to place structures at a predetermined location, but from now on, you will be free to place them wherever you wish. Sounds good. Yeah, so we're building a factory next. Well, looks like our bot here is dead in the water. Alright, so we're gonna build factory, connect all the structures, place component, spares workshop. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Build a factory. Could build it there, but I think I just want it close to this structure over here. Let's go ahead and make the connection to the processor, and just go ahead and like fast forward time. Yeah, there we go. Oops, yeah, I'll keep doing that. Wait for this to be done. So all our guys carrying our resources over. I'll get this factory built up and running, and we can start producing spares so that our solar panel and wind turbine can be maintained. So yeah, here's our bot, our construction bot. He's building that. Factory's been built, and he's dead in the water. Right. So somebody needs to come over and get him back up and running. All right. Yeah. So that's balancing out the O2. That looks like we need to build the, let's see, what is this? The components producer there, right? So that builds spares, semiconductor foundry, and arms workshop. So build guns later on, and then processors, and then our spares for maintenance. So yeah. Oh yeah, so there's our guy repairing our robot. Get our construction bot up and running again. Carrier bot, he needs to be repaired as well. Alright, I got some guys sleeping. Spares workshop has been built. Note that the factory components are operated by engineers, not workers. Okay, so we need engineers to be working in the factory. Every base has to have some basic sick bay so that you can provide treatment for injured miners and sick colonists. Alright, so we're going to be building a sick bay next. Medics can help heal people in the sick bay by using medical supplies. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this. I'm thinking of, building it close to the airlock. That makes sense. So, if somebody has an injury, they're not walking, through the entire base just to get to, sick bay. Make that connection. And I guess just wait for this to be built. And speed up time. Wait for our guys to build it, bring everything over. Got our workers turning ore into metal. I mean, I really like the models for this game. I think they did a really good job at kind of modeling out, everything that you can place. Yeah. All right. So here's our sick bay. We'll go ahead and build a bed. Got a medical cabinet and a bed that we can place down in there. Just place it there. Try to squish everything in. There's our construction bot. He's building the bed. Well done. Make sure to keep your colonists' health levels monitored at all times. Injured colonists will not work, but still consume resources from the colony. I suppose that makes sense. You only have a limited amount of medical supplies in your colony ship, so you'll need to produce more at some point. Yeah, I guess that makes sense as well. A medic can create medical supplies from bioplastics and medical plants grown in the biodome and a workbench in the lab. Okay, that's a lot of ins, but I suppose that makes sense as well. The workbench. So we're going to build a lab and then a workbench. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Let's build the lab. And I think, I want to place this. Oh, I can't, you know. I want to place this next to medical bay. Yep. As I remember it, so like the medics are the ones that are actually in the lab. I can't connect it to the sick bay, which is unfortunate because I kind of want them to move through that. But I guess we'll just connect to the biodome and call it good. All right, so looks like we've got to build something here. Let's see. Edit. Medical pad. All right, cool. So yeah, let's build that. And we'll be able to build some medical kits after our botanist grows some plants in there. All right, so pending a workbench. After we get the lab completed. Right. And we'll just wait for our robots, build that up. Lab has been built. Alright, very cool. Go ahead and build a workbench. That way the medics can build some medical kits. Speed that up. Alright, that's been built. Alright, once you have enough resources to keep everyone alive, you can build a landing pad to allow more colonists in. Oh, that makes sense. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, so landing pad. Yeah, build that right here. Gonna make some connections, so we'll just connect up. Just interesting. So like that almost looks like a water connection as well, but maybe it's more of like a walking path. I'd just assume like a cable would or something would get connected to it, but yeah. So we're producing 31 kilowatts, 51. Yeah. So conditions good. And just wait for this landing pad to get built up. And we can accept more colonists. We'll speed that up. And one more connection. There we go. And oh, well done. Note that new colonists will only arrive if the base is well run. Okay, that's fine. You now know the basics, and you can start building your own colony. Good luck. All right. So I think we'll leave it there. And we'll go ahead and start a new game in the next video. Hey guys, if you really like this content, and if you would subscribe, like, it'd really help the channel out, and really appreciate the support. This is a game, again, that I really like. I think you guys will enjoy as well. And we'll kick off the playthrough here in another video. Alright, thank you guys.